believe we are live.
Yeah, says we're live, so we're just waiting for some people to join.
2 people watching.
Yeah, one of them's me.
That's good, isn't it? Levels seem fine at my end in terms of recording the actual show. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it's nice.
I can hear us both on the Facebook.
Two. There we go. Yeah. Excuse me. And so the Facebook feed seems okay. I wonder what's with them. Let me have a little fiddle with the camera. I'm only seeing off thing really small here. Let me have a little look.
It looks fine. Let's be honest, nobody's watching us for our faces.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, they can't see me anyway.
Yeah, well, why do you think I made sure of this, Paul? So we should start. Should we do a welcome yet? We've got 10 people watching, or do you want to should we just do some plugs? Should start probably plugging it all over Twitter and Facebook and that, shouldn't we now?
Yeah.
Like sharing the video and all that malarkey. I'm going to do that now. So if you're watching, sorry. I'm going to try and find this on Facebook. Why isn't it? Shouldn't it be at the top here? Shouldn't it say this is TRANMERE is live?
Yeah. Should get a notification.
Yeah. I haven't. I'm on bloody admin. Oh, but how you managed to screw me over again? Screw me over virtually. We got 11 people tuning in.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah. Exciting times. Is it exciting times?
Well,
I mean,
no football, so no.
No, it's not. So that we're going to try. I don't know. We haven't really got a plan, have we? We were hoping to have.
There's never a plan.
No. Has there ever been a plan ever?
We started off with a plan. Remember the early episodes?
Yeah, when you worked for the club.
I used to. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I used to have a little time schedule and stuff.
That was when we used to have prizes from that bloody big cupboard. The worst shirt of all time.
Yeah, the Marcus Holness shirt that we could not get rid of.
Oh, here he is. Looks at Rabors. Watching.
Yeah, cheaper than Lux Erebor. I didn't say that, did I?
You've said it in the past, behind his back.
I think I said it.
You've said a few things behind his back, haven't you?
No, I said it last weekend.
Oh, to his face.
on air.
You did, didn't you? About the bloody was it the North East Supervised Army?
The Southern
Supervised Army.
I was only kidding, Brad. Don't worry.
Well, Brad, let me tell you what he said once we finish recording. I've got the unaired footage and audio to go into.
Should say thank you to everyone who's joining in. There's a few more people coming in as we're talking nonsense.
Got 19 people watching it. You know, I mean, it's this time normally on a Saturday. The whole point of this is this time normally on a Saturday. I'd probably have already been annoyed by. Do you know what? I would have been annoyed at if we had kick-off. That stupid fucking kick-off we do every time. Play it back to it used to be Jeff Hughes. Now is it Woodyard does it? We just kick it out. It's like a rugby kick-off.
Yeah, I think that's where we get our inspiration from.
Have we ever won a header off it ever in my lifetime? Was that once? What was the game we scored after like 7 seconds? And that was from the kick-off.
Like Thomas.
Was it? Yeah, it was. And it was a Friday night game, wasn't it?
Against Southend, I think.
I think it was Southend because Portsmouth was his halfway line one, wasn't it? From the keeper's kick. Yeah, it was. It was. I remember seeing it on St. Greavesy. About 91, 92.
7.7 seconds of small art.
Yeah. See
good times.
Yeah, good times. Another one. So now we're 5 minutes in. I remember Gillingham at home just before Christmas in 2006.
Yeah.
And I've been out the night before, just a few quiet lager tops. Yeah. And I got the game after 5 minutes. And we were 2-0 up. And I was, and they were like, my mates say, you annoyed you missed the 2 goals? I went, yeah, I am, yeah, but you can't really be too angry when you're 2-0 up. Half time, we're 3-2 down. Baz Savage scored for them. And we lost 3-2. So all I saw was us concede 3 goals and get beat. Yeah. So, that was another great Saturday. Do you know what? The more I think about it, the more I'm glad there's no Footy on.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we should explain what we're trying to do. Is just basically just bring
let you do that, Paul.
Bring the TRANMERE community together for an hour or so on a Saturday when we'd normally be at the game. Have a bit of a chat about whatever you want, really. I'm not asked.
Conspiracy.
We can chat TRANMERE if you want. We can chat.
Can we talk conspiracy theories?
General. We can chat about coronavirus, what you're doing when you're isolating. Send us some questions. Yeah, get involved.
Yeah, give us something to talk about. At the minute, we've only got nice balloons, says Paul Burrows. Yeah, we couldn't get the happy birthday UV balloons, if you can see up there. We couldn't get any glow sticks last week when I did my first live stream. So Tash got them, and they do glow up in the dark. But yeah,
they look a bit limp, if I'm honest.
Not the only thing limp in this room, let me tell you, Paul. If I sound a bit under the weather, it's because I am. I don't think you can catch coronavirus via podcast. But I don't think I've got the coronavirus. I think I've just got. I did do the 111 thing where you go through and put your symptoms in, and like Tash did it as well for me. And I've either got glandular fever, which would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Glandular fever would be great. A cold, but I don't think I've got a cold. I've got is there any doctors listening? I've got like my throat feels like I've got like swollen glands all down my neck and my throat. And like swallowing hurts a ridiculous amount. I've just took to do this antiseptic. Yeah, but it's not because like Tash had a good investigation into me throat last night with like a torch. So yeah, I've got ultra chloroseptic. I've took that, and I've took some lozenges before this to get through this hour. But like it's weird just swallowing stuff. Like eating me dinner last night. I've got no taste either. I've got like my taste buds have gone. So like, but apparently that is one of the symptoms. Is like your smell and your taste go in young people. But then, young people, me, am I the young and hip with the kids? So like it's I have to think. Should I even be going to work on Monday? I'm delivering prescriptions for God's sake. So the general consensus is you should not be doing anything. Even if it isn't coronavirus, you shouldn't. If you're ill in the slightest right now, you should not be going out, and you certainly shouldn't be delivering prescriptions to the elderly and the ill. So we'll see, Paul. I'm going to see. Hopefully, if I feel better tomorrow, rest up. I'm supposed to do a live stream later on the Bar page, but like, if I'm still feeling lousy, I don't know if it's a goer. Do you know what I mean? I might have to put a mix on to stream that and put little flat Eric I've got up there or the Angry Bird and stick my face on it.
Yeah, that'd be decent.
Yeah, we got some questions coming in. Excellent.
Yeah.
As I realised, my chair's rolled over my mic cable. So Pete Whitehead says, "Who would be a better captain, leader on the pitch than Scott Davis in the current squad?" Do you know? I think would be if we could sign him permanently. Woodyard.
Yeah, potentially.
Or Peter Clark.
I wonder if Pete is suggesting that Scott Davis is not a good captain or leader.
Pete.
I mean, we could argue either way. I'm just being devil's advocate, really. But
I think that a few players, if you've ever spoke to any of the players when they say about what does it mean to be the captain's armband, it doesn't really mean much. I don't think, does it? Like you need several leaders on the pitch. All it means really is it's the person who leads out the team, and the ref sometimes goes, "Can I get the captains in?" I am of the opinion though I don't like it being the keeper because I like it to be an outfield player. Like when Mac, I used to say if someone was. There was several times. The one that off the top of my head, because I watched the season review a couple of weeks ago. Remember when Ben Tollitt got sent off for a second yellow card at him to Chester? And he got sent off for diving in the box, didn't he? And their player was having a right go at him, and Tollitt was just going like, "You trouble me." And just as the footage cuts out, you see Macca steaming into the shot, like just with his like fist and his finger about to go like. You can just tell he's gonna, and you can see the Chester player, and you see him coming, and he immediately flaps it. And I like that in a captain, and you've seen that in our squad now. That when something goes on, Clark, Sid Nelson, when he's on the pitch is like it. Clark's like that. Woodyard's like that. It's that winning mentality of, look, if something happens to me, it doesn't matter if it's me or one of my teammates. I'm going to react the same. I'm going to support and defend my teammates. And I'm happy with him being captain. even though I've just said I like someone, because I don't think it's that big a deal on the pitch. I don't know about you, Paul. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if you know Scott and you speak to him, like there's nobody more passionate about playing for Tranmere and stuff at the minute. He's deadly passionate. In terms of leadership, sort of out on the pitch, I agree with you. I don't think goalkeepers can really affect it as much as an outfield player. So in that sense, maybe. But then, effectively, all it is wearing an armband, and you want leadership from all 10 outfield players, really. But I think it's just a bit of a token, really, the armband. But as you say, like Clark, Woodyard, Perkins, these are all like leaders, really, and on the pitch. So I don't think it really matters who has the armband in particular.
No, I mean the only place where you want the armband is if you're a weak swimmer at the swimming bats, and then you want 2, don't you? Because if you got 1, you're just gonna like float. You could still drown, couldn't you, with 1 armband? You a good swimmer?
Yeah.
Are you a good swimmer, Paul? You strike me as someone who is.
I'm not bad, you know.
And don't take this the wrong way, but you're quite a hairy guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like you're quite baboon-like in your body hair. Not that I've seen him naked.
I'll take that.
Not that I've seen him completely naked, but you're quite. And normally those kind of people aren't they? So then, wouldn't you be better off if you like vetoed your entire body and make you more like the Duncan Goodhue idea of having no body hair is going to slow you down, isn't it? If you're doing competitive.
I mean, I don't swim fast.
You're more of a distance guy.
About.
See, I was the problem with me. Like I got like most people on the Whittle when you're in primary school, you had swimming lessons, but like the swimming lessons at Woody Row Primary, we went to Burnave Baths like one morning a week, and I remember literally one time they were like pick up the rubbish off the bottom of the pool, and we thought they must have put that in there, for us to pick. No, there was just like ciggies and like plasters, floating about in it. We used to turn up
In the water.
Yeah, did you ever go to Burnave Baths?
No.
Oh, right. So we turn up. This happened 3 weeks on the run.
This never happened at Cashel Leisure Centre in Bury, by the way.
Well, I always forget that you're a rat. And there was we turned up to get changed, and did whoever's been in, because we used to go like you had your morning class and you like 9 till 10, and then you had we used to go 10:30 till midday before lunch, and whatever school was there before us, someone would always just do a big shite in the changing rooms on the floor. 3 weeks on the run this was.
On the floor?
Just in the floor in the middle of the changing rooms, the boys' changing rooms, just a big shite. And we'd be fucking. And then one time, someone had just done a shite in the toilets, like by the urinals, and the wee and poo it overflowed everywhere. And I was like, why are we going here? And there was no instructors that the teachers were supposed to teach us. And I don't think they could swim. In the end, they just made sure the pool got cleaned, and then was like, get the inflatables in, spray them with the hose. So I learned to swim went to some horrible holiday park in Wales when we went in the caravan when I was about 7.
Yeah.
Bryn Teg, that rings a bell. I think it was Bryn Teg when I was 7. Or in the sea, we used to go down to Kent because me nan and granddad and me auntie and uncle had 2 little caravans down in Kent in Herne Bay and Folkestone, and we used to go down there and swim. They didn't have a swimming pool, but they had the sea. And trust me, when you're in the sea, you learn to swim. Or you die.
This is what people are tuning in for.
This is the swimming podcast. Any strong swimmers out there want to get in touch? Talk to us about the Aussies are good swimmers, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Shall we go through a few more comments?
Go on, Paul. I'll let you read them. But I'm trying to put the link on Twitter.
Well, which players are isolating closest and furthest away from Prenton Park? I've got no idea, to be honest.
Who lives closest?
Is Jake Capri still knocking about your way?
I haven't seen him, but I presume so. Yeah, he's close. He lives up right by me. I won't give his address or his road out, but who else? I've completely forgotten his name. Luke Pillin. Does he still live down by Gorsfield?
Yeah,
that's a possible one, isn't it? Morgan Ferrier and that still living in. I swear I saw his car parked outside the old courtyard the other day. He's got a Range Rover with morgues on it, I think, hasn't he?
Yeah, very inconspicuous.
Yeah, you'd never know. Would you? A bit like the man himself, I presume. It's just blowing me nose here, everyone. I think that was his car. But someone said he's living in an apartment in Oxton with, I think, Blacker Taylor. And Hepburn Murphy was here, wasn't he, as well?
Yeah.
God, what a household that must be. I wonder what they talk about. What are they talking about? What are they doing? We're trying to get a player on, aren't we, to talk about it?
Not to ask, if I'm honest.
I'm just going to blow my nose, everyone here, so I'm going to put my mic down. So, Paul, you can fill some dead air by reading out some comments.
I will do, right. Rob Tyler said goalkeepers should never be captains. We've discussed that. Rob Denman, leadership needs to come throughout the spine of the team. I think we have it now with Davis, Clark, Woodyard, and Vaughan. I'd agree with that. And as we said, like you need leaders throughout the team anyway, whoever's wearing the armband. So Paul Burrow suggests Veet for charity.
I agree.
I don't.
Charity, Paul?
I'm not a Veet man.
Well, we'll see about that, won't we? See how this lockdown goes on.
Yeah, right. Next comment. Joe McLaughlin. Reading back through some old programmes this week. In 2002, we were playing Cheltenham at home, and 57 minutes with the score at 0-0, we subbed Kevin Gray. Oh my God, I'm just having nightmares just thinking of his name. And Ian Hume on. Centre half off, striker on, and went on to win 1-0. Why don't we see such subs anymore?
He's right there. You don't see those kind of like drastic going for it games unless like it seems like 2-0 down. It's weird, isn't it? It's always, it seems to be like for like, or yeah, it's weird. It's weird one, like just the old centre half for a striker, and we're going for it here, aren't we?
Yeah.
I don't. Mickey's been known to make a few, obviously Wembley 2 years ago, as you can see behind me. We all remember them, but they were enforced. But then, and even stuff like bringing on Macca at Wembley for, I forget who he came on for. Was it Kieran? Was it Jadis? Pringle came on for Kieran Morris, didn't he?
Yeah. Jay Harris off, yeah.
Yeah, because did we use three? And then Bucko was the third sub, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Who went off for Bucko? Any ideas?
No.
Wasn't Nors, wasn't Connor, wasn't Ollie Banks. Someone tell us in the comments who went off? Who went off for Bucko?
I'm not sure. Anyway, Sid Nelson.
Yes. Or did he go off earlier?
I think it was Sid Nelson. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyway,
I'm sure someone will.
But yeah, I like that comment from Joe about Kevin Gray getting subbed off, and if we could have subbed him off permanently, that would have been better a lot sooner.
God, we had a few like him, didn't we? By the way, my mum, I just got a notification, my mum is watching, so Paul, watch your language.
Okay.
Paul,
hi, yeah, that's mum, by the way.
Paul, I know what your language is like normally off air. F this, S that. Stick it up your C, your MF. That's what you said to me last week, didn't you?
Not of the sorts. Paul Burrows. Paul Burrows has done the Great East Swim.
Whew.
Nearly drowned in Torquay Bay, though.
Jesus. How cold must it have been? Even if you do that in like July, it's not going to be warm, is it?
In the UK, it's going to be cold, whatever time of the year. Andrew Sturgeon says we've got more people watching this feed now than most National League away followings at Brennan Park. Yeah,
do you know what we should probably talk about? They've voided all leagues below National League South and North, haven't they?
Yeah.
Which has come at quite a cost to Vauxhalls. Yeah, and does that affect Witton, your club, Paul?
Yeah. Well,
what were you pushing for the playoffs?
Means I've wasted the last 8 months of my life just writing match reports and crap like that. But,
Paul, now you know how I feel.
It's hard. Like teams like Vauxhalls, for example, had already
clinched promotion
to get promoted.
Yeah.
So it's tough on them. And you've got teams who are kind of running away with divisions. The league we're in, South Shields were about 9 points ahead and looking like they were going on to, cruise it and get up to so Conference North.
Is that you the league below
that's
Conference
a big deal
North?
for them.
Well, it is. I imagine it's one of those where the central funding you get once you get up to that level of non-league, and just it's much more like the media coverage and stuff like that, isn't it? Once you get into that, and then you start thinking, okay, consolidate. Then let's try and get in the Conference National. That's what a lot of teams do now, isn't it? It's steps. It's like 5 years in each league, gradually. Unless you're on these stupid money teams. They got money? Bet you they have, haven't they now, Paul? I've said this.
Yeah, they got a fairly big...
they have.
They've got a fairly big fan base as well, though. They get crowds of regularly 2,000.
Where is South Shields?
South Shields, like Newcastle way, and it's where the Great North Run finishes.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, like... what you got to remember, though, is that from sort of, the Evo Stick Prem and downwards, it's all... there's no full-time teams. You go further up, I'd say sort of at least 50% probably of the Conference North and South teams are probably full-time. And that's when it affects a bit more, like financially and stuff.
It's hard, isn't it?
All the contracts, and if you've got any contracted players, which a lot of clubs deal with just sort of non-contract players and just pay them week to week. But if you've got contract players, the contracts end in those leagues in the end of April. So financially, they couldn't afford to extend the season because they'd be paying players who were under contract until the end of April.
When they've got no income.
And then possibly another 2 months, 3 months, however long this goes on. So as harsh as it is, it's probably the most sensible and fairest way of how to sort it out. But as I say, big blow for the likes of Vauxhalls, who had already done enough to earn themselves promotion, and those lads have worked their I was gonna say a naughty word. They worked their cojones off.
Damn straight. Bollocks is what you're going to say, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Okay, don't say it, Paul.
9 months.
Do not say bollocks.
To get into that position, so I do feel sorry for them, man. I know a couple of lads who play for Vauxhall, so it is disappointing. But what can you do?
What can you do?
Go again next season, boys.
Yeah, it's Leon Kearney's confirmed it was Sid went off a book out at Wembley.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I think that the bigger problem at the minute is obviously all the non-league teams are finding. Oh, my cat's just turned up, by the way. I bet you're going to jump up and cause chaos. Hello, Dougie. Dougie, do you want to say something?
He just does.
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
He's sniffing the mic. So, yeah, I think that there's a lot of talk going on now, isn't it? There seems to be... There's two schools of thought, and one is the seasons must be void. Just void it. And one is, no matter what happens, no matter how long it takes, the season must be finished, and whatever knock-on effect that has on future seasons. Now, I've seen many... We spoke a bit about it last Sunday, didn't we, on the first podcast? And be interesting if you're listening. Comment your views on this. What do you think should happen? Now, it would be in our interests, as we're in the relegation zone, to have it voided, and then we would start whenever the next season begins, we'd be in League One regardless. So that's looking at it purely from our selfish point. That's it. Liverpool fans are obviously going, we want the season finished no matter how long it takes, because they're gonna, they are gonna win the league. Do you know what I mean? Other fans, well, it would be some collapse, wouldn't it? But I've seen so many other people going like Leeds but Leeds deserve to come up, and it's like, do they? The season isn't over. They've collapsed before. In fact, that's what they do. West Brom deserve it. Do they? They're not up yet. No one's won anything, unless the thing where you could be annoyed is Vauxhall literally had already won that league. They had they can be annoyed until it's done. Anything can happen in a game. It's in a season. Nothing is done, and I still think that I think it's small problems, but the problems that the teams are moaning about, and I've seen someone, I think it was Rory Smith, the journalist, wrote this. He's works for the New York Times, and he wrote a big thing. Yeah,
he's a very good writer.
Yeah, really good. It does I think he might work for the Athletic now. Actually, like every journalist in the world.
No, I think he's one of the few who haven't
resisted. And he made the point that this is the last year West Brom will get any parachute payments.
Yeah.
And they banked on getting back up because they went all out, didn't they? Bilic is the manager and that squad. Who's that Pereira guy they've got? What's he doing playing in the Championship? And so, on one hand, he was like, if this season is void, does that then mean everything starts again as it would have last year? So, do they then get another year of parachute payments? Because I've seen all the Prem teams now are scrambling, going, what happens with the TV money? We've already spent it, but we might have to give it back. And it's, do you know what, in a weird way, I'm sitting back here going, because I think we'll be okay. Do you know what I mean? The teams, I saw Bristol Rovers the other day. Sorry to keep going off on tangents here. £24 million in debt, Bristol Rovers. Bristol Rovers. Yeah. 24, I'm going to look into the camera, £24 million in debt. What business? If any other business? If that was me, self-employed, going to HMRC, my tax return, how are you doing? Had an up and down quarter. But I think me end of year account should be fine. You're £24 million in the negative. Shut down that business. How is it allowed to go? And so all these teams and these big Prem teams now who've spent this money haven't got it, and they're going to have to give it back because the Sky, BT, the Zone, all the foreign ones are going to be going, well, this deal is for 800 games a season. You've only given us 550. So by terms of the deal, you've breached it because you haven't done it. Now, I don't know if the insurance can come into it and cover stuff like that, but it's this whole world. It's exposing all these issues in the game that we've been going on about for years. Andy Holt from Accrington, Palios has been going on about it. A few others, like the Port Vale chairmans, have been going on. The few honest, decent people in the game have been trying to say, look, the game is a bubble. And if this is the thing that causes the burst, then do you know what? So be it, and good.
I think there's so many complications. Like, obviously, there's like point deductions and stuff. Where do you start with those? Do you have to take 12 points off Bolton again next season?
A Berry allowed back in?
Yeah, so it's just a minefield, really. I wouldn't want to be the one who's deciding what's going to happen.
Well, that's it. Who's going to make the final decision? What do you think if they put it to a vote of the 92, what it would be? I think a void would be the answer.
I think the ones who are struggling are going to say, let's call it off. And the ones like Liverpool are going to say, we want to continue.
I honestly think if you ask the Prem,
anyone who doesn't like Liverpool saying, no, let's void it, because we don't want to winning the league.
The only ones who would say they want it finishing, I think honestly would be Leicester and Liverpool.
Yeah.
I think everyone else would want it voiding. Maybe Man U would want to carry on because they've got a chance at top 4. But I think pretty much everyone down from 6th would say just void it.
Yeah.
And then you'd probably see the same in all the leagues. Do you know what? It would depend on what the financial package would be. If it was void, I think would be. That's what it comes down to, sadly, doesn't it? That's what it'll be. The clubs will be like, what is financially best for us if we vote to play it? But then what? Again, these questions just keep coming. We've got our spine of now. We've got Woodyard on loan, Vaughan on loan, Cook on loan, Kane Wilson on loan. Yeah. I might be missing a couple there of key players. Clark signed, didn't he? So he's not on loan. But what happens now with if we have to play the season? Are their loans extended until the season is over? It would have to be, wouldn't it? It would have to be.
You still got to pay them though, so
yeah. It's interesting. Wonder what's going on with that. Yeah. What are the players doing? Like that's why we want to try and get a current player on, don't we? To say what are the players doing every day now? That because got to keep them fit. Can't go into the club, can you?
I've just seen Rob McNee's watching, so maybe he can shed some light on it.
Yeah,
I'm not putting you under any pressure, Rob.
I think you are.
I'd imagine they're just doing their own sort of fitness regime at home, self-isolating, keeping ticking over until we get some news. Really, that's all they can do, isn't it?
I've just seen my
not able to train together.
My good friend Jay Wilco, big Liverpool fan.
Yeah,
home and away, season to get older.
Yeah, we should avoid the league for sure.
Well, he says the season must be finished, and that's the thing. Do you know what I mean? They've waited 30 years. Yeah, they've waited 30 years, and they were. Is it 2 games?
You used to waiting them.
Yeah, it's the thing is, it's very, isn't it? It's very easy for us to sit here, third bottom of League One, and just go void the season. And you've got to try and look at it from the perspective of the West Brom fan, the Leeds fans, the Liverpool fans, Leicester fans. Do you know what I mean? Who are Barrow fans is the one I'm thinking of as well. They're 4 points clear. Yeah. They've been top for months. Same as Liverpool. Have Liverpool ever not been top this year? I think they went. Did they go top in like first week of September? I think.
Yeah. Well, pretty much. I mean, they've pretty much won every game, haven't they? So.
Yeah. So unless someone like in the first couple of weeks won a few big games, I think after like the third week they've been top. No one. I don't think anyone would genuinely. Only the most bitter blue like Danny Carroll or like bitter Man City, Man United fans would begrudge Liverpool being given the title. But again, that opens the can of worms, doesn't it? Can you imagine the legal?
Yeah, when you've not actually finished the season.
Yeah, the legal of every team, especially, it's all going to come down to money in the Premier League. Because if they stop the league and then Spurs are fourth, aren't they? So they'd get in the Champions League for whenever the next season starts. But then Man U would be like, well, hang on a minute, we're 2 points behind them with a game in hand or whatever they are. And we're just behind Chelsea, etc., etc. And Arsenal, I don't know where else. I haven't looked. I don't remember what the top six look like, but these teams would be, and it's all relevant. Like you say, I would not like to be the people who have to make these decisions, but luckily the people who are going to have to make decisions have been been paying themselves millions of pounds a year doing absolutely nothing, and suddenly they've got to actually make a decision. Do you know what I mean? These most of the people who, Paul, you'll agree, work for the Premier League, the EFL. They're all on obscene amounts of money to do very little work. Glad handing. All they do is go to the game, sit in the bloody executive seats, lap it up. Sycophants. Can you tell I don't like them? Can you tell I don't like this level of football?
It's not coming across.
No, well, good. Because I'm trying to rein it in. And I just think, finally, they're going to have to make some decisions. And no one's going to be... I think it's going to be a split of... 50% are going to be happy, 50% are going to be furious, no matter what they decide. If they say... I've seen, like... The players moaning today, apparently going, if it does come back in June, they're going to have to play 3 games in 5 days, and the players are apparently upset about that. I mean,
did you see
go on,
Gary Neville on Sky the other day saying that he could do like a festival of football over like 2 weeks or something, whereas they just fit the rest of the season in and make it just like a carnival of football, just make it like a bumper World Cup sort of thing. And
play all the games.
Playing every other day. Just to finish the season.
Well, if they're going to do that, Paul, they're going to need a mascot, aren't they? That's the most important thing if you're doing a festival of football. A World Cup style thing. What would you have?
I wouldn't want to go down that line, but anyway.
I think bring back Xiao, the Italia 90 mascot.
Yeah.
That's my favourite mascot of all time.
Xiao?
That's what he was called, Xiao.
Was he?
Yes, he
not
was.
Not Xiao?
Like, Paul, now is not the time to be questioning the pronunciation of the Italian 90 mascot.
Okay.
I thought you were getting off then, Paul. You said Xiao.
Let's move into the comments then, Matt.
Yes, there's loads to get through, isn't there now?
I have lost some of him somehow, but Rob Tyler says, would it go to a vote to all the clubs to void the season or just down to the FA? I think the leagues have more of a say than the FA, but don't quote me on that. Rob McNee confirms that the lads have got their own fitness regimes that they're carrying out at home. Just pretty much as I expected.
Yeah.
Just ticking over. Saw Danzy doing his Insta Live yesterday.
He's a character, isn't he?
Yeah, he didn't have a clue what he was doing, but fair play to him.
Should probably give Rob McNee some serious props for all the content he's putting out in these times on the TRANMERE account.
Yeah,
it's really creative stuff.
Yeah,
it's keeping us all, So, but last Saturday he did the was it the Southampton game last Saturday, the 3 p.m.
No, it was like an evening, wasn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah, because it was an evening game. Yeah, silly me.
They're doing lots of stuff to keep us entertained, and the Mickey Mellon gif yesterday was very irritating. I don't know if you saw it.
I've not seen it actually.
We've got to stop the gif.
Oh, was it like the Simpsons one that was going around?
In his silhouette.
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, that Simpsons one was started it, didn't it? And I'm not boasting here. I was looking forward to did it first go. I was like, I was looking forward to spending like 5 minutes.
So good at everything.
What?
You're just so good at everything.
Paul, finally you've said it live on air and people can hear it. Because trust me, for years people have been saying the exact opposite.
Yeah. Let's go through some more comments.
Yes, Paul, you lead the way.
Tracy, hello to Tracy. I was looking forward to watching Tranmere win more games and get out of the relegation zone. I think we all were, to be honest. You know, the form we were showing and the momentum we were gaining, it was looking like we were going to go and do it. But who knows what's going to happen now? Paul Boris says, any of the players still living together or still at the Riverhill? I'd imagine if they were at the Riverhill, they would have gone back to their homes.
Yeah, you'd presume, wouldn't you?
I'd presume.
Get some good scran down them, though, if they're at the Riverhill, aren't they?
Yeah, and I'd imagine those that are living together are just sort of renting. So perhaps the same goes for them, but again, I don't know. I'm just
speculating.
I'm just speculating, indeed. Here's a good one from Paul. Which player would be the worst to isolate with? I don't know many of the current squad. That's the problem.
Okay, from when you were there, Paul. I think. There's one answer. It's Andy Mangan.
Be the worst.
Yeah.
At least he'd keep you entertained. I mean, you'd be
on edge.
You'd be annoying.
It's like living in Jurassic Park. Okay, go on.
Yeah, he'd be annoying and irritating.
Who was
it's vaguely entertaining at the same time. I
can see that. Go on. Who would from when you were at the club? You there 4 years?
3 and a bit. 3.5
Before you
years.
were left under a cloud.
I mean, the obvious one I've got to say is Norwood, isn't it? Really. But,
yeah.
I don't know. It'd probably be worse to spend with someone like Drissa Traore.
Adam Dawson.
No, Drissa Traore, because he never said a word. Because I don't think he spoke very good English, so it'd just be very, very quiet. And I'm sort of self-isolating in the flat on my own, as it is. It's driving myself mental. And if he's just there, just sat there in complete silence, I think that would drive me even worse. So I'd probably say someone like him, because he was dead quiet.
Misha Parry has just said Cookie would be the worst. Cookie would be interesting. He seems to be a bit better speaking since he come back. And that interview, I was very surprised with it when he resigned. It was like he's had some elocution lessons since he left.
Yeah, he put a full sentence together.
Yeah. It was like, whoa, I remember, like, nothing will ever top. I still tell this anecdote all the time. When you went, end of the season, you went, Cookie, what's your favourite goal?
This is just after he'd reached 20 goals or something for the season.
So quite clearly you meant, Cookie, what is your favourite goal you've scored this season? And without missing a beat, he just went, Alan Shearer versus Everton.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good goal.
It is. And do you know what? It's a great Cookie-style goal, isn't it? That thunderbolt. Yeah. Cookie v Eastleigh is better, isn't it? It's a bit like
the one he scored against Eastleigh,
isn't it? It is, really? Yeah.
I mean, it's slightly different, but similar technique.
Yeah. Well, see, Rob McNeese just said...
As always.
He's revealed that they accidentally made that thing impossible to do.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually possible.
Yeah.
That's the sort of gaff you'd make, Paul, when you were at the club.
I made lots of gaffes.
Oh, God. We could do it. Joe, should we get on to them?
Do we have to?
Oh, I still love the abuse you got when you had that transfer deadline day one.
Oh, yeah.
I was, honestly, Paul, if no one remembers it.
If Chris Wood is watching this is all his fault.
So he did.
I talked into that. I didn't want to do it.
He did like a light-hearted, like Harry Redknapp style spoof of Paul Harper driving off in his car with the winding the window down, like completely silly, wasn't it? Were you like saying that what you're going to get on transfer deadline? It was like your shopping list, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
like milk, bread, eggs.
It was a very low-end video.
The abuse.
Not the finest one I've done.
The comments on the video were just like...
Someone stopped me outside the ground on a match day, though, and like pulled me up on it and said, what are you doing? Yeah, so Chris Wood, if you are watching, that was his fault. I'm not taking any blame for that.
Good times they were, Paul.
Let's go through some more comments.
Go on, let's try and catch up.
Trisha Marie. Completing the season is only fair. Is the only fair way, in which nobody could actually complain, because that's what have happened anyway. So you couldn't argue against it. You've got a very good point. and
Yeah.
I suspect the professional clubs will probably do that, depending on how long this kind of isolation kind of goes on for, I guess. But we'll see.
That's got to be,
looks at the
if
ball.
that can be done, that's got to be the option, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the best option, really. Looks of a ball says we should set up a Patreon account so we can chip in for this solid 6.5 out of 10 content.
I think he's being a bit
generous with his
yeah, you
numbers.
can say that again. If you want to be generous, do you know what? A few people have said to me I should set up like an online tip jar for them live streams, but I'm a bit, feels a bit beggy, doesn't it?
I think what we could do is ask people to donate to the NHS or a charity of your choice.
I see what you're getting at, Paul.
Chuck a quid into
charity of your choice,
whatever charity you wish to support.
I get it, Paul. Then we siphon off the money because then it's tax free because it's a charity donation. Right, we'll talk about this off air.
We'll just take the gift aid, just the 25%.
Paul, there's easy ways to siphon cash. Trust me. I'll speak to my man Del Monte.
You know the people.
I've got
the right people.
Me mate Del Monte in the Cayman Islands. He sorts me out. He'll box us right off.
Right, let's carry on with the comments. Mangy would keep you entertained, says Misha. Cookie would be the worst. I agree. Mangy would be entertaining.
Yeah, for how long?
Yeah, I mean, if he's just making the same pterodactyl noise.
Has he got any other material?
Well, he had the what was it? The Iron Man character that he developed.
Mangan Man, wasn't it called?
Check out the podcast we did with Andy Mangan.
Jesus.
August
2017. Yeah.
It's well worth a listen, even just for some of his impersonations.
Oh my God.
He's a very funny man. And someone did ask if we could get him on one of these isolation pods. If I can get a number for him, and I'll try and get one. I know a few of the lads who are kind of close to Mangy, let's say, who'll probably have a number for him. So I'll tap them up, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, it'd be good to get on, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Let's get Norse back on.
And by the way, it's keeping the conversation flowing. So yeah, whatever you want to say, whatever you'd like us to discuss, if you've got any questions. Keep them coming in the comments. Rob Denman says, whatever happened to Traore?
You have personal issues? Or family?
Sort of family problems, I think, towards the end.
You were there at the club when it happened, weren't you? 'Cause he left the club before the playoff final, didn't he?
Are you intimating that I was part of the problem?
Well, he left and you left. So have I just cracked the code?
He's in my loft.
I thought so.
Just a quick Google suggests that he's playing for French club
Paris Saint-Germain.
Close. AS Beauvais.
AS Beauvais.
Yeah, he's played 8 times for them, according to Wikipedia.
That's probably like the village or area he's from, isn't it? And he's probably moved home. Shouldn't you know, Paul? You must have written out the statements when he left.
No, we just ignored it.
Because he did leave.
Yeah, I don't think I wrote anything about it.
Did you not just go, he's left? Left by mutual consent, didn't he?
I don't even think we did that. It's kind of disappeared.
This is why, Paul, you were sacked. Sloppy work. Such sloppy work like that.
Just to reiterate, I was not sacked.
Well, let's not even touch on that.
Yeah, we did not announce Drissa Traore left. Bit like Ian Sharps.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. I remember seeing him in the boozer once.
They never announced he left either, so I've no idea where Beauvais is, to be brutally honest. Somewhere in France. It's the
Get your atlas
national 3rd division in France, which apparently is the 5th tier of French football.
So basically, what he was playing when he was playing for us, then.
Yeah, pretty much. Standard of French football is a lot worse, I would suggest.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? It's a bit. You realise that like the pyramid here is so much stronger than every other nation, basically in the world. The English football pyramid is so strong, but fans are amazed when they watch like national, non-league football, the fifth tier. And when we were there, and they're like, there's 7,000 people watching a game in the fifth tier. Whereas you watch the fifth tier in like Spain, and it's regional. It's basically like watching not even Vauxhalls. Vauxhalls is better. It's weird, isn't it? How strong the pyramid is in this country, and it must be protected at all costs.
Yeah. No, but that's the kind of worry in times like this where clubs are losing money and income due to inactivity that's out of their control. Is that we might, you mentioned the Bristol Rovers before, we might lose a club or several, so, but it's...
Can I bring something up, Paul?
If you must.
I'll bring it up. Where the hell is Jake Keogh? I'll do it, Paul. I'll read him out. So we agreed last night.
45 minutes in.
We agreed last night we were going to be going live at 3, like when the game would normally be on. Jake, have you set up your Skype? Yep. Okay, let's meet on Skype at 2:45. I'll do a test before. Okay. 2:45, me and Paul on Skype. Text Jake. Jake? What's your Skype? Get on. No response. He better have a good excuse. He better be in some serious self-isolation.
He's just text saying
has
he's
he?
putting a TV on the wall.
Well...
Still not finished.
Tell you what.
Can't get the staff, mate.
Why did he... I'll say it, Paul. Why did he begin such an endeavour? Even 2 hours before this? If he knew that it would encroach on his time. This is the most important thing.
Right. Robin E says Chris Dagnall, when drunk, would be the worst person to self-isolate. I'm not sure if he wants to divulge a little bit more information than that, but maybe we should leave that to our imaginations.
Well, Paul, you were on...
don't really know Daggers that well, so...
Were you on the team coach home from Wembley in 2018?
No, I wasn't.
Probably for your own sake.
For my own safety, yes.
Because I believe Rob was on the team coach home this year from Wembley. And I remember being sent a photo of him.
Evidence of this?
Yeah, seen a photo of him in no top, but one of those high-vis jackets. I think off Jay Harris. Don't know where he got it from.
Probably Keamsies.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's Paul, it would normally be now. We'd be just about to go to half-time if this was a normal Saturday. So what would the score be?
Who were we due to play today?
March 28th. It's been cancelled. I was hoping I'd go on my phone and the fixtures will still be there, but it looks like they've got rid of them all.
I think it was MK Dons we were meant to play today.
At home?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would say
0-0. Cagey. Yeah, probably, yeah. Cagey affair.
Two teams that really don't want to lose.
Yeah.
So maybe we've brought you more entertaining than the match you were possibly going to. Anyway.
Got to get into him second half.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Right, Tracy's got a question for us. Strikers this season, are they good enough or are they just not getting the distribution?
Well, right. Do people remember the front two that started the first game?
Ponticelli.
Yeah.
And Payne.
Yeah. That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. What did we say about Ponticelli? He'd won a competition.
He's a Make-A-Wish kid. And like his wish was to play professional football. And do you know what? Like, to be fair, the Make-A-Wish people have sorted him out. He's playing for Wrexham now, isn't he? So it's kind of like the perfect combination. Because they're a bit of a Make-A-Wish club, aren't they?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that was like the perfect move.
I think he's still on a goal drought, surprisingly.
No, to be fair, he has scored.
Oh, has he?
He scored 2 at Bromley a couple of weeks ago.
I apologise.
And then he had one disallowed a couple of weeks, and I think the last game week. It was a good header, but it was ruled out for offside. Hopefully it wasn't offside. There's another club who'll be hoping to void the season, Wrexham. They were like a point off, weren't they?
Not a good season for them.
No, well, it is by then. Any season where
in answer to go back to the actual question, and not talk about Wrexham.
Go
on. Cook, Vaughan, Ferrier, 3 very good strikers for this level, I'd say. And if we'd have had him for the duration of the season, I think we would be much better off than the position we currently sit in the table.
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
That'd be fair to say.
I like Payne. I think he did a decent job in a poor team that was creating very little for him.
Yeah, he has his uses. He's more of a target man.
Yeah,
but I think the other three, they've got a bit more about them, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and offer a little bit more, just in different ways. And I think we're starting to see the Vaughan that we hoped we'd get.
Running behind, a bit of pace, bit of strength, a bit of everything. Whereas he offers maybe one or two of those things.
Yeah, but again, it's the problem I think we had in the first few weeks and months of the season was.
Him, by the way, I don't mind him.
No. Was we were just going to, no matter who it was playing up front, whether it was Ponticelli, whether it was Ferrier, whether it was Payne, we were just all going, it's not Norse, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
yeah.
not Norse.
We still kept playing
every single thing we did, we'd be like,
channels.
Norse would have been chasing that channel. That ball, Norse would have been in the 6-yard box. And it took us all a bit to go, he's not here anymore, mate. Move on.
Yeah.
We've got to move on. It's like 500 Days of Summer. Good
Rest
film, by the way.
Norse.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Mate of mine.
Right, go back to the comments.
Go on, Paul.
Liam asks, if we had to release all the players and could keep just one to build a team around, who would it be? Good question, that. I'm not saying that all the other questions haven't been good, but that one is a very good one.
Can we keep
I'm going to keep Peter Clark.
Players? Yeah, that's a good shout. Clark. I really like Woodyard. Like, really like him. He's just a good footballer.
Yeah, well, I think Peter Clark, he's what, 38? But we're not going to get much more out of him. But
I don't know, right, you say that, but like,
for us.
a player like him, I think he's got another 2 years, certainly at League One level. Never had any pace to lose.
Yeah,
he's got it up here. Do you know what I mean?
So, on to the next question. Leon Kearney, what away day do you miss going to, for example, because they're not in our league anymore? So, like, away days maybe that we did in National League or...
I mean, obvious ones is Wrexham and Chester, aren't they? Because...
Southport.
I never really enjoyed Southport. We never won there. We drew.
No, we didn't. Yeah, you're right.
We drew 2-2 and 1-1. We won there in the Cup, didn't we, when we went there last season?
Yeah.
In the replay.
Yes, you're right. Away day I enjoyed the most in the National League was Bromley.
Norwood last minute.
And we won there 2-0 as well.
Oh, on the opening day in the sun.
In
2016, that was.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good food offering there.
There we go. The truth comes out.
Very good food offering at Bromley.
Was it on the house?
No, I did pay for it.
Oh yeah, unusual.
But yeah, very good. Just trying to think, what else?
Do you know what I've missed?
I mean, they were all dead friendly in the National League, but I mean, there was some I'd never want to go back to. Maidenhead.
Geisley was a nice one.
Yeah.
Although saying that, like, I went to Geisley twice in the space of like 5 months because we went on Easter Bank Holiday Monday and then back again in August. And that August one where we put in like 95 crosses, drew 0-0. Jack Dunn missed a 1-on-1 in injury time. And it was, the boot lock on my car broke, on my old car. So the alarm kept going off. And I was just like, it compounded it. Here's one for you, Paul, Kidderminster. Because in talking about Scran, I've said, I think I bring this up.
As well, yeah.
I bring this up every few podcasts. Like, I can't stress enough how nice. It weren't just the nicest food at a football match I've ever had. It was the nicest pie I've ever had at a game. They've got an entire, like, it's like a proper kitchen there. And I've got the menu still. I took a photo of the menu on my phone. Yeah. Kidderminster's away end.
Lasagnas and everything.
Lasagna, cottage pie. I had the steak and ale pie, and they literally give you a big tray, like the size. It's normal. You get a pie at the game, size of your hand in it, if you're lucky.
It's like a Chinese kind of.
But it was even bigger than that. It was, wasn't it? It was like the equivalent of almost like 2 of those that you get your chow mein in. silver tray. They'd fill that with the filling, and then with a pair of tongs, put a freshly baked bit of pastry on top. £4.50.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, it was very good.
Paul, God,
that one's good.
1-2-0 as well. That was good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I can't think of too many, to be fair.
Tracy Worrell says Cheltenham away last year when we won 3-1.
Yeah, Cheltenham.
Norwood, Miller, and Banks that day, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did. Mangy scored the last minute goal there as well. One year, I remember.
Oh yeah, when they were top on my birthday. That was 2015, 26th of September 2015. My 21st birthday.
Yeah. 21st?
Yep, my 21st birthday in 2015.
Okay, excellent. Right, Tricia says, I think our strikers are more than good enough. Service from midfield has been so poor until the last 3 games.
Yeah, it's fair.
Can't argue with that.
No.
Really. Speaking a lot of sense today, Trish.
Yeah, more than Paul.
David Williams says, which loanee would you want to sign permanently for next season?
If we could only sign one.
Said Woodyard.
Right,
he'd be a good one.
He would, but then on the same token, if you're talking about if you could only sign one, and you've got to think about the ability to maybe sell them on for some money, Kane Wilson.
Yeah, he's going to be very good.
Is he 19?
18, 19, yeah.
Quality footballer. The thought of if we could sign them players, they've made such. Jake Caprice, he's a fellow Oxton Head, lives up the road from me. Always used to see him in Lidl before the lockdown stuff. Lovely fella. Put the crossing for Connor at Wembley. Not good enough for League One, in my opinion.
Yeah, will always be
he's part of
cult hero or whatever you want to call it.
The Caprice with the cross, the header it's in, the poster right in front of me now.
Yeah,
he's part of it. He'll always be welcome back.
Club, eh?
Yeah, he is, and there's not many players can say that about clubs. But he's not. I don't think he's good enough for League One. He's just not. I think he's perfectly fine League Two and Conference player. Just my opinion, Paul.
I can't disagree with that, to be fair.
No. Robert Denman says, should we have kept Maka this season, as much for his leadership, even off the field?
I think we spoke about this, didn't we, in the summer?
Yeah.
Or pre-season. I'd have kept him.
Well, he was going to be, by all accounts, kept on as a coach, wasn't he?
Yeah, player coach.
And he wouldn't, I think, but then he was offered a 2-year deal at York, was it? I think it was so. 2 years. And
yeah, I'm not very fair with what went on, but from a personal point of view, I would have kept him just for his leadership and stuff. Maybe not even have played him all that much, although he's still got something to offer, I reckon.
He would have been great to come in and play with the kids in the Leeson Trophy.
In that dressing room, getting people together, organising, and especially defensively. I think defensively we've been so poor until the last few weeks.
Until Clark came in.
I think he would have made a big difference, even just on the sidelines.
Yeah,
helping the younger lads, telling them what they should and should not be doing.
He's such a massive character.
It's just a big character, yeah. And just what to have around the place, and I just think someone like that would have been massive at the start of the season. But
you've seen what Manny's been like without him.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? You think like Nelson and Monte at the end of last season was a brilliant partnership, and it just, for whatever reason, it's not really sort of clicked together. And obviously, George Ray's come in and has had a bit of a tough time of things when he came in. But yeah, I'd have kept him. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Leon Kearney says he misses Huddersfield away. David Williams says Wembley away is best away date.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. Tracy says missed the banter with Wrexham and Chester. I think we all do. Dean Yard says Kidderminster was 4 years ago today.
Was it 4 years ago today?
Yeah.
So it was at
about a 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0. Norwood with 2, and he got the second one like in injury time. That horrible, illuminous yellow kit. Yeah, because it was an early Easter that year, wasn't it? 2016. Like, it was a really early Easter. Like, yeah, it was like the week after Paddy's Day.
Saturday, wasn't it?
What, sorry?
Easter Saturday, was it?
No, Easter Monday. It was. Because we'd beaten Lincoln live on the telly on Good Friday, 3-2. Mechie scored a horrible deflected goal. Because that was when we were trying to scrape into the playoffs, wasn't it? We needed to win like our last 6 games. We needed.
Good times.
Paul, great times. Love it. Lovely Carbrini kit, bright yellow away kit. That horrific home kit with like big massive collar and
big stripes.
Looked like the Thunderbird. Oh, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Good, like say Paul. Good times.
Yeah.
Remember them?
I miss those times. Right, Courtney Smith says he's watching in the bath.
Dangerous. That is dangerous.
That is dangerous. Just be careful there, Courtney. Don't do anything stupid. Right,
Don't take your toaster with you.
David Williams says Macca still lives local, maybe a coach in the future.
Yeah, apparently he lives around Oxton way again. He's always in the Shrew.
Yeah. We'll have to speak to him. Try and get him on.
Yeah. Are you still on good terms? Can't we get Nors on again? I got on great with Nors when he was here. Me and him had a great time having a go at you.
Tricia says,
Paul.
So yeah, keep your comments coming in. If you've got any questions for us, I don't know how long you want us to stay on.
Should we stay until basically when the game would finish? The second half's just kicked off, Paul.
Yeah.
Into these whites.
We'll stay as long as there's people wanting to watch. So
speak for yourself.
If you want us to keep going, let us know in the comments. If you've got any questions, any talking points you want us to kind of discuss. Doesn't have to be Tranmere related. It could be anything really. We're open to talking about any old random nonsense, as we usually do on the podcast. So anything you would like us to discuss, drop us a comment in the comments below, and we'll chat about anything. Courtney Smith, any streams for the match?
No, mate. Dodgy and illegal. Get IPTV. That's what you want to get.
Yeah, you're on top of those things, aren't you?
Oh, have you seen ITV4 have announced that they're putting every single game from Euro 96. Yeah. And then they're gonna replay every game as well. Right, they've got to do World Cup France 98 now as well, haven't they? And obviously, what I'm going to say, Paul, Italia 90.
The FA last night streamed the
game
from
the Yeah, the 2-0.
The 2-0 against Italy, yeah.
Ian Wright and Scholes, wasn't it, if I remember correctly?
Yeah. So I did watch a bit of that last night. It's just random stuff that you watch when you've got nothing to do.
Well, we should probably ask people, what would people want from these? I mean, I'm not going to lie, Paul. Like I told Paul before, this is a right effort setting this up. If you could see what my office looks like, it looks on the video feed. You can see me, and look how neat and tidy it is behind. If you could see what's on my desk in front of me, it's disgraceful. I've never seen so many cables and adapters and things plugged into this. How I'm getting the audio feed into me Mac and stuff like that. And I've got the worst thing is, Paul, I've got to unplug it all and plug it back in behind me to do a live stream on the Bar page later. And then I also need to clear the desk. And you've got a
three-way audio stream, and there's only two of us.
Oh, right. Well, here's one question: should we follow Jake put him on furlough from This Is Tranmere? I can't believe he's putting a TV up on a bracket. What for? There's nothing on the telly. You don't need to watch the news. I'll take the news. It's bad. Bad news is happening. No footy on. There's no footy. Ant Deck, not even on. Is it on this weekend?
It is. They're broadcasting from the houses.
Oh, God. Oh, so it's going to be sycophantic nonsense then, Paul, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much like this is, to be honest.
Oh, well, you can say that again. What would people like to see us do? Because the idea is to try and do some more of these. Comment. I don't know if we could do a live watch along of a game or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. We all need to be watching the game at the same time.
Yeah, so but there's
might be able to help us with Rob if you're still watching.
Yeah, if there's quite a lot of I know the Everton highlights are on YouTube and it's 25 minutes of that.
Yeah, just put a game on. It doesn't have to be the full game, just a extended highlights of whatever. we'll watch along with yous. I don't know, whatever.
I'll tell you, I've got a playlist there.
We're open to ideas, aren't we? Really?
Yeah, there's the full Danny Baker's Own Goals and Gaffs 1 and 2, Danny Baker's Freak Football, Nick Hancock's Football Nightmares, Football. There's loads of them. So maybe we could do a live watch along of them. And me and my mate Nick Roberts, he came around a few weeks ago, and we were like, it's pathetic, isn't it, that we sat there and watched Danny Baker's Own Goals and Gaffs in our underpants.
Yeah, and like, I mean, how old are they now? That's early 90s, isn't it?
That was released. We obviously led to the research. 1992 was the original one. And then the rest of the Danny Baker's ones were like 93, 94, 95. Then Nick Hancock was like 96, 97, 98, 99. So yeah, they are 20 to 30 years old. Good times, Paul.
Yeah, indeed. Tracy, I was not sacked. Just to reiterate, I was not sacked.
That's what you say.
Dave Williams, if we stay in League One, what players would you want to bring in? That's a good question.
It's hard to say that because, like, what players will be available? Other than I'd honestly say, like, if we could sign all the players we got on loan, Cook, Vaughan, Wilson, Woodyard, is that it?
I think so.
And give Clark another year.
I think he's on an 18-month.
Oh, did he sign 18 months?
Next season, I think.
He's contracted. That's good.
I think so.
We've Jay Wilco wants an illegal stream of the Is the Belarus League still on? I've seen a few people saying this.
There are still games going on.
How? Like, is the virus not reached Belarus? Did they close the borders?
Follow TRANMERE Kev on Twitter. He's into his weird and wonderful football, and we'll keep you up to date with whatever football is going on. But I do believe there is some sort of weird leagues that you can watch if you particularly.
What's the capital of Belarus?
I'm not that desperate just yet. I mean, I am missing the football, obviously, but I'm not desperate enough to go and watch some Belarus Division 2 just for my kicks. It just doesn't interest me whatsoever.
I mean, you say that, Paul. I'm like, we've touched on this a few times. I'm like a bit of a football obsessive. I've tried to ease up on it, like since like, you know, me and Tash lived together now for like nearly 2 years. So like, I don't watch as much football as I used to, purely because, you know, if I'm sat upstairs, I can't be asked going upstairs to the bedroom to watch it, whereas I used to just be able to watch it. So I don't watch as much, but a part of it's made me realise that like a lot of it isn't very good. You know, like I used to watch all like Tuesday, Wednesday was I'm watching the Champions League game, and now I'm there and it's not. I don't know if I'm just like growing out of love with the game at that level. I still love Tranmere, and do you know what? I get more enjoyment now out of watching. A lot of the times, you like the 5 o'clock game on a Saturday.
Yeah,
I won't watch the Premier League one. I watch the conference game. Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the conference one with Adam Summerton on commentary. You know, Barrow versus Yeovil instead of Leicester versus Spurs, because I'm just like, it doesn't seem like the same sport. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thoughts, Paul?
Let's go back to the comments. Rob Denman says get Chris Malkin on. He was great on the pre-Wembley podcast. He was very good, and I think now maybe we'll announce that we have got a few guests lined up.
Oh,
we're going to be speaking to Danny Holmes tomorrow, so we can exclusively reveal that. So that'll be out maybe tomorrow, maybe Monday. Depends. We don't want to sort of just throw a load out at the same time, but we're speaking to Danny Holmes tomorrow. So if you've got any questions for Danny Holmes, drop us a comment and we'll do our best to get through
Woody's finest,
as many as possible.
Have we got the time for that yet, Paul?
10 o'clock tomorrow.
I'll tell you what, mate.
You said.
Well, Paul, I'll be getting in from work, won't I? I'm in work till 4. Remember, I'm still pretending I'm going to work to Bar. It's still in my head.
No, good. Okay.
Yeah. 10 o'clock's good for me. Just to give, if anyone is interested, I'll give the live score update from the Belarusian Premier League. It's the Vysheya Liga. Slutsk Yeah, my favourite team. I think everyone's.
Slut.
Slutsk 0, Brest 1. I'm not making this up. Slavia Moza 2, Bate Borisov 1. Bate Borisov, I know them. Or the big Minsk derby, FC Minsk 3, Dynamo Minsk 2. What a game that is, by the way. There's been Dynamo Minsk down to 10 men. And then Goroja 0, Soloskirk 0, but that's only 10 minutes gone. But the big one there is definitely Slutsk 0, Brest 1.
Are they real team names?
I wish I was making them up, Paul.
Anyway, in answer to Rob's questions, yeah, we are tracking down a few guests that we think would be good. So lined up a few for the future. Hopefully we'll get those recorded and you'll be able to listen to them. Obviously I did the one with Steve Wilson, BBC football commentator and all that good guy.
Me, I'm Paul Harper, I'm better than everyone.
No.
So that wasn't me, that was interference coming through.
That's online now for you to listen to. We obviously did the one last week that you can still download and stream and whatever. So yeah, we'll do as many as we can. Obviously, depending on how long this kind of isolation, no football period goes on for, but we'll do our best to keep you as entertained as possible.
I would say, Paul, that obviously I'm self-employed, so that's been my big bugbear. Sorry to annoy everyone on Twitter with that. If you follow me on Twitter, all I've really posted about this week is like, when are we going to get some help for the self-employed? They've announced it, but the fact that they've said it's not, the self-employed help is not going to be coming through until early June. And I think a lot of people haven't clocked that them saying that makes that this is still going to be going on then. I keep seeing people going, just think of that first day when this is over in the beer garden, and I'm like saying, listen, people need to start getting their heads around. This is very likely that this is not going to be a 6, 7, 8 week thing. This could be a very prolonged, and it could get worse in terms of the lockdown stuff. Do you know what I mean? Sorry to bring the mood down on this light-hearted Saturday afternoon 3 p.m. no football podcast, but like, what do you think of that, Paul?
Well, I've just spent the last week on my own, so the thought of being on my own for another 3 or 4 months
is not nice, is it?
Terrifying, to be honest.
It is, but this is why we should do more things like this.
Yeah.
In the event that it went that long. What's terrifying me is that I'm not going to get a penny until June.
Till June, yeah.
And here's the thing. I don't know if anyone. I've asked this. Like, so let's turn this into Martin Lewis show for a sec. Like, I've took this temporary job delivering prescriptions in Liverpool, and I'm trying to find out if me taking this job is going to impact on my ability to claim the self-employed thing. No one's been able to say yes or no yet. Now, I tried through my accountant today. I couldn't get through, so I'm going to try it tomorrow on Monday, because they should be able to tell me, shouldn't they? But like,
yeah,
I think it would be counterproductive, because I've took this is a separate job, nothing to do with my self-employed wages, that I've taken because I'm out of work for my self-employed money.
I think from what the Chancellor was saying the other day, it's like the bulk of your income is from self-employed.
That's all my income.
Yeah, so I think it's based over the last 3 years, so I think you would be able to claim.
Well, yeah,
get your 80%.
That's the thing that I should be, but then how does me doing this job affect that? Is it better off for me to not work at all and just wait out and get by on whatever savings I've got? Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. Yeah. For me, it's counterproductive for them to be like, don't go and get a part-time job. Just sit at home until June, 10 weeks away, isn't it?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's scary. It's scary, Paul. Like, I'm like, probably part of the reason why I'm feeling ill is because of everyone, like the stress, the worry, and like just the anxiety of. And that's why I mean, my throat is hurting now. I'm going to take another lozenge in a sec. But like, as many things we can do like this, as many live streams I can do of an evening of music for people, just anything to take people's minds off it, really, isn't it? And forget about the fact that like the whole world is in a lockdown. Right,
let's bring the mood up a bit.
Yeah, what are we going to talk about? The Holocaust.
Yeah, right. We'll go through some more comments.
The Rwandan genocide.
As well as the men's season ending, Tranmere Rovers under 11s finished their season losing only twice. Not bad for a self-funded team. Do you see a circumstance that the club would reinstate the academy? First of all, well done to the under 11s. Shout out to them if any of them are watching. And Liam, I'm guessing you're associated in some way to the team.
What a season.
So yeah, well done. In terms of the academy, in the foreseeable, I don't imagine that they'll reinstate it, but they would be able to get EFL funding. Facilities are pretty good at Solar Campus now, and obviously Liverpool Ladies are sharing. So I'm not sure how they kind of fit in the FFP bullshit ratings or whatever it is, however they decide how much you get and whatnot. But unless it's financially
viable,
favourable,
yeah,
for the club, then I imagine they're probably going to stick with what they've got at the minute, which is a youth team and nothing below that. But I hope for the kids that I imagine you're coaching, that there is a bit of a route to, like there used to be, into
it's sad, isn't it?
Team and the YTS and whatever.
It's sad that the powers that be in the game and the Premier League teams, that's what it is, the big clubs have once again come in and basically gone, these are the new terms.
Yes.
You got either accept, they basically said, didn't they? I remember at the time, you either accept them or we'll cut your funding. We'll cut what we give you from the top. And so we had no choice but to say okay. And now it should be like, it's startling to me that that these big clubs just live in this bubble that they just don't understand. That for a club like us, who literally for the last 40 years has survived and built a reputation, like so many small clubs, have a club that survived on bringing players through, playing for us, and then selling them. And that's how we were able to, survive, basically, and exist as a club. And now the way the system is, it's not worth it. It is not worth us having a youth system. Scrap it. So now instead of having players coming through with us, what happens is you have... I'm not picking on Liverpool, but I'm picking Liverpool for locality and because they've got a huge youth setup. Hundreds of players in their youth team. Now, I don't care what you say in their youth setup, they're not going to be getting the same level of, one-to-one coaching as if 5 of them were in our team. And you're not going to have the same chance of breaking through at that club. They're looking for 1 in 1,000 who can come through. And doesn't even have to, at the end of the day, it doesn't even have to play for them. If they can sell them on for 15 million quid, that's all they care about. And the rest, see you later, goodbye. Don't care.
Yeah.
What am I going to... Excuse me, what am I supposed to do now? All I've known is I've been in your system since I was 7. Sorry, who are you again? Not good enough. See you later. No help. And then that's the thing. Then we're now left to pick up these 15, 16, 17-year-olds who've been thrown aside after being with these clubs their whole lives. And they've got no idea about anything other than football. That's all they've got. I'm going to pick an example. Look at this Harvey Elliott guy that they got from Fulham. Right. I'll say it, Paul. What a fucking dickhead he is. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He's like, why aren't they sitting him down? He doesn't need any football coaching. He needs to be sat down and given an education. And an education, not just like in terms of school education, but a life education. Because he's an idiot. He's ill-educated. He's stupid. He's a genius on the football pitch. And that's the issue. Because he's a genius on the football pitch, he's had a free reign through life. People have turned a blind eye to him being stupid, doing stupid things. Because we've all known people like that. Because they're gifted in football. Oh, he'd get away with that. I bet you he was in school. Imagine what he was like in school. Imagine Andy Mangan times 1,000. But like, not nasty piece of work. Mangan's not. I bet you that's what he was like. And people, there's so many stories about him, like, and just people like that do me head in because he's been given every opportunity because he's got this gift of football. But that shouldn't mean you can just act like a prick and get away with it. And that's what he seems to be doing. And like, there just needs to be so much more done to educate these young players and be like, look, 1% of you are going to make it at the highest level. 20% of you are going to make a career out of it. 50% might make a career playing the lower leagues and having to do another job. But you just need to realise that football's not. You might not end up making a career in football. Get a trade behind you. Get an education. But like, I don't think it's happening because all these clubs care about, excuse me, is producing that one player. And that was Matt Hibbert's rant of the day.
The latest one.
Yeah. It's been on my mind for a while. That does me head in.
We try to lighten the mood, and then you've brought it back down again, if I'm honest.
Let's lighten the mood. My cat's asleep behind me. You've got the right idea, Dougie, haven't you? Don't know where Treacle is. He's fast asleep down there. Dougie. Okay. No, he's asleep.
Right, Rich Holt's got a Wembley documentary coming out.
Yes, right, finally.
The National League playoff final win.
I said we'd try and get him on this week when it's out to do a quick episode to plug it, even if it's like a short little half-hour one.
I know for a fact this has been in the making for a long time, and he's been waiting for like permission from various different bodies, naming no names. National League. But
Divies.
But yeah, it's coming out to stream possibly over Vimeo, I think. Is how he's going to do it. And yeah, Tuesday I think is the date, 31st. It's going to be well worth watching.
It's going to be a page.
Which has worked really, really hard on this.
How does it work, Paul? Do you know how you do? Because he's obviously, it's going to be like you pay to view, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
You get like a code or something, is it?
What's that?
I think you have to get a code, don't you? Do you know what? It's like getting a car wash at Sainsbury's. You pay and then you get a code and you input the code on Vimeo. It's like a private video. Yeah.
Basically, something like that.
You've seen it, haven't you, Paul?
I'm not sure how much it's going to be, but I have had a sneak peek.
It's unbelievable.
It's very good. I've been helping him to kind of edit it and kind of proofread it, if you like, with all the captions and stuff. Make sure there's no errors, typos or spelling mistakes.
How long is it? About an hour and a half?
Yeah, it's about an hour 20, hour 25, something like that. But yeah, he's done a really good job. So Rich, if you're watching, I'm not sure who he is, but top job.
Yeah. Well, if I
all of you who are looking forward to it in anticipation, you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. If I leave it with you, Paul, then you can sort out even if you have to do it.
Yeah. I'll try and catch up with Rich over the weekend.
Yeah.
I need to speak to him about something anyway, so we'll try and do something and speak about it.
If it's the drugs, I spoke to him last night. It's not an issue.
Happy days.
He's yeah. It's all kosher, like he said. It's
say no more.
Yeah.
Right. Tracy says, did anyone see Tranmere Football Focus today?
No.
I haven't watched any telly, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I'm trying to avoid it just because like news flashes keep coming up, and I'm just watching YouTube and videos like that.
Did you see the YouTube video the BBC Sport put up? I posted it on Twitter, and it was top 5 FA Cup comebacks. And obviously our Southampton one was in there. Man City at Spurs.
Yeah.
There's a few other good ones in there. It was a really good... Because, you always expect I wasn't expecting ours to be in there because we normally get shunned, don't we, from these things. Thought it was going to be like, remember Liverpool coming back from when Owen scored them 2 goals. And that's a Jay Wilco favourite game. In the FA Cup final. 2001 at Millennium. It was 2001, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's not much of a comeback, is it?
Yeah, it was the fact that they got absolutely battered for the whole game. I'd forgotten how much Arsenal just couldn't score.
Yeah.
And then they scored off a corner and that volley, and then they broke away and Owen scored them 2 goals. It was like their only 2 shots they had in the whole game. But it's a really good video. It's like a 15-minute video, and it's like you say, it's just trying to watch stuff that's fun and keep your spirits up at the minute, isn't it? Anything?
Yeah, just distraction from what's going on, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anyone's got any recommendations, Netflix or any series that they're watching, let us know.
They're all like we've been watching that Trials of Gabriel Fernandez.
That's okay. Any good?
Yeah, but it's you don't want to watch it now. It's grim. It's about it's about some kid getting killed.
Yeah.
Like his mum and stepdad killed him and tortured him. So we got 2 episodes in. It was like I want to know what happens, but it's not the time to be watching this, is it? I watched a documentary, the Viceland one, about Chris Benoit, the wrestler who murdered his wife and kid.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic to watch, but you come out of it going, don't want to watch that now. I want to watch Wayne's World or something stupid or Weird Science.
Yeah.
Or Kevin and Petty Go Large.
I'll tell you what I watched the other day just for like those just like silly laughs. Naked Gun.
Oh.
Just for those silly innuendos.
Just classic.
Classic, just sort of very silly humour. But like did his job, kind of put a smile back on my face, so that's what you need, isn't it?
It is. That's at the end of the day, that's right now is what we need. Funny stuff, like, you know, just I'll try and find the links. Someone like all the goals from Euro '96, all the goals from World Cup '98, like they're all on YouTube. People have uploaded like the DVDs and stuff.
Yeah,
and like,
but they're going to be showing all the stuff on ITV, aren't they? So
yeah,
you don't want any spoilers.
Why don't we get a bet on? Why don't we do some betting? Let's do some illegal gambling.
So, I mean, some of the people watching this probably don't remember 1998, 96.
I guarantee you some of them weren't born. Some of the people listening now.
Yeah, that's well worth watching. A great tournament.
Have you seen my mum published a post on This Is Tranmere Facebook page?
I haven't seen that yet.
I'm listening. Full stop. Block capitals. No swearing. Love, Mum.
I don't think we swore that much.
You have.
No, not at all.
Oh yeah, mate, you've swore a few times. Yeah, can't help yourself.
Anyway. Right, let's jump in the comments again. Liam Graber says self-funded team would be the only way to go. Talking about the academy stuff. Same as they do now. Yeah.
It would be, wouldn't
I guess
that's the way to go.
The way to do it. More game time for your Sunday league team, I guess. Your Saturday Sunday leagues, your West Kirby Wasps and the like.
Yeah, my old alumni.
Yeah,
70 goals in a season,
Rob
by the way.
So Rob Denman recommends the Maradona film. I've not seen that yet, so I might. That's going on the list, I think.
Yeah, he's a character, isn't he?
I can't stand Maradona, to be honest, but brilliant footballer, bit of a character.
Piece of work, wasn't he?
Misha recommends The English Game on Netflix. Don't know anything about that, Misha. What's it about? Let us know.
The Sinner, I've seen a few people saying that.
The Sinner as well. So, yeah, a few recommendations. All good. Keep your comments coming in on the in the box below. And yeah, what are you all watching?
Last quarter of an hour, Paul. Last 15 at Prenton Park going on.
Yeah, I think we need the crowd to lift it a little bit, don't you?
Get Cookie on, I say now. Last 15.
Yeah, it's. I think that the crowds can really help us to a strong finish.
I'm hooking Vaughan off. Hook Vaughan. No, do you know what? Let's do one of them subs as discussed earlier.
Yeah, let's take off.
I'm going for it. Who
So
are you hooking?
Who's at the back?
Who are you saying we hook?
Who's playing at the back? We're going for a flat four. We hook in someone like Rides.
I'm trying to weigh it up. Who's been playing alongside Clark?
Mark Ellis.
Yes, fucking hell. Totally forgot about him.
Can't take him off.
Can't take Clark off then either.
You can't take Ellis off. He's worth a goal.
Can't take Manny off if we're playing three at the back, because then we'd have to change the formation. See, this is why they don't do them subs anymore.
Someone like Rides, much as I love him.
Who's going left back then? Are we going flat back four?
You go Manny to kind of occupy the left side.
Manny to left back, and we're going 4-4-2.
Yeah, we're going for it.
Okay, Cookie, get on, son. Wait, then we're going fourth. It was going to be three up top now. Who's going out wide? Ferrier to the left. Paul, you're going to have to rejig the whole team. Or you're going three up top. We're going 4-3-3.
I mean, I don't know if you're aware of my sort of career as a football manager. It's not been very successful, so I don't know. Just lump the ball forward.
Get it in the mixer.
I mean, that's what most of our supporters like.
Fucking get it forward.
Especially where I sit in the main stand.
Oh, I can't imagine what it's like.
Happy playing out from the back. No, get it forward.
I'd love to see them go to watch Barcelona,
Spain.
What are you doing? All this nonsense. Get it in the box.
We don't want to score goals where there's been 100 passes in the build-up. Just fucking get it forward.
Get a deflection in. That's what I like. Dean Yard says TRANMERE Kev posted a link on Twitter to the best 100 football documentaries on the internet.
Oh my word.
Yeah, I've seen that link. Dan Story, another good journalist, worth following on Twitter. Daniel Story. He posted it. Some good ones on there, and they're all most of them are on YouTube for free, I believe. So
yeah.
And now most people have got it. Everyone's got a smart TV now, haven't they? So you can watch it on your telly.
Yeah.
And if worse comes to worse, you can just hook your laptop up for HDMI to your telly to watch it on your telly, can't you? So, and the thing is, everyone's got the time now to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I should wait for the NHS, of course.
Yeah, of course.
In which case, I'm not sure if you joined in the other night.
Of course, yeah. I was lapping it up.
Of course. Really, really. I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, I've lived in this flat for sort of 2.5 years. Don't see the neighbours all that often. But it was just nice to have the community sort of come out.
Yeah.
Out of windows or, at the front doors and that, just giving a big cheer and a round of applause. So if you are an NHS worker watching this, my hat is doffed.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job keeping us as
alive,
safe as possible, and putting your own health and stuff at risk in the process. So can't big up the NHS enough, and of course they're overworked and underpaid like most of us most of the time, but they're on the front line doing all they can to help us in this mad situation. So to all those people who are in that medical sort of profession, kudos to you, because you're doing an amazing job. So hope you know that we're all really proud of you, what you're doing. Of course, if there's nobody from the NHS watching, I've just wasted precious words there. But
well, time wasting that, Paul. Like quite literally,
sentiment is true nonetheless. So there we go.
Yeah, well, it was. I saw there was a few people on social media said things like, I won't be participating in this. All well and good applauding the NHS, but they deserve, pay rises, and it was like, well, yeah, obviously but just for the entire country to go out and applaud it's a gesture that we can all do. It costs us nothing. Obviously, everyone but the most psychotic Tory idiot believes that nurses should be paid more. GP, these, and as we're finding out now, of course they should be paid more. Of course, student nurses shouldn't have to. Student nurses should either be paid or should be able to go to uni for free and study to be a nurse for free. One or the other. They should not be paying £40,000 and then having to work. I know several girls who work at Bar. They are now, so they couldn't return home like everyone else after now uni's finished. They've been called into now work. They're working for free. They can't. Bar's closed, so they can't earn a wage. How are they supposed to? They've got no income coming in at all. How are they supposed to pay the rent? And by the way, unis aren't saying, "Oh, don't pay us your bloody fees." It's ridiculous. That's my little rant for the day, Paul. Is that 100% student nurses should be allowed to study for free, or they've
How many rants a day are you going to have?
Oh, Paul, trust me. That's my throat's reaching the end of its tether here.
Yeah. Well, we're coming to the end, so last sort of 10 minutes.
Are we going to wrap it up at full time?
Keep your comments coming in. Keep us going for 10 minutes, and then we'll sign off. We'll give Matt's vocal cords a rest.
I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. Like this stream I'm supposed to do later, I might just have to put a mix on and put Flat Eric in front of it, because I need...
Just take it as easy as you can, and let us know tomorrow if you want to duck the interview. Let's just...
you can always do a solo again, can't you, if need be?
Yeah, if need be. I don't... Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get something out.
The Steve Wilson one was fine. It was good. I didn't manage to finish it. I listened to it as I fell asleep, and I'm not saying that it sent me to sleep.
I bored you.
But that's what I do now at night. When I go to bed, I'll put a podcast on. I find it helps me fall asleep.
Yeah, it's just
put it on really low.
Noise, isn't it?
Yeah, and as soon as I feel myself dropping off, phone down, sleep. It's a good thing. If nothing, in this, people find out that the This Is TRANMERE podcast helps them fall asleep. All you insomniacs out there.
Yeah.
Because I think people
I've got the perfect voice for it.
Oh, Paul, you could make a lot of money.
I can send the best of people to sleep.
Well, no comment. I think the thing people are finding now is as well that...
You've been speaking to my missus.
No comment again. Is that, like, there's no reason to stay up late anymore, is there? People are probably, like, I don't know about you, but like,
earlier,
you go to bed at 10:30.
Yeah.
And you're waking up at like 6:30.
Yeah.
And with the weather being, obviously, do you know what, like, we should probably, just before we wrap it up, we've got 10 minutes to go, come on the whites, Cookie, get that winner for us. People need to stop being stupid. People going to bloody Snowdon or Windermere, the weather's nice, let's have a day out. You're not this is not a holiday. Like, trust me. I've been, like, say, driving around this week around the streets of Liverpool delivering stuff, and the amount of just, like, there's this one little street. Do you know that I'm talking about, like, in like Wavertree and like West Derby, where there's these tiny roads with like one up and two up and one down houses, like terraced houses, like the ones you get around like Anfield and Goodison.
Yeah.
And the families are stood in the doorways, but the kids are all playing in the street, like playing footy and cricket.
Yeah.
And it's like you need to, and it's just like big gangs, like teenagers walking around and on the bikes.
Yeah.
And just people out. Like, I even passed a pub in West Derby. I swear to God, there was people in there drinking. It was all shut, like, but there was noise coming from inside there, and it was the noise of people in a pub. And I'm just thinking, like, is it gonna honestly take everyone to know someone who dies or gets seriously ill to go, fucking hell, what's going on here? We had to go and do our weekly shop today because, like, we were like, let's go and do it, get everything in for the week as quick as we can. Went to Sainsbury's and Prenton, and they're doing a one in, and it's a one-way system through the shop, and then you exit through like an exit at the other end of the shop.
Yeah, through the emergency exit. Yeah.
Yeah, but there was people in there, and these weren't kids. This was like a fella who was 60, so he's in the high risk, walking around just like pretending to cough, and like being like, I don't know what all the bloody fuss is about. You don't know what all the bloody fuss is about. I don't know if you've noticed, mate, the entire world has stopped. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know what it'll take these people for them to realise that this is not just the flu. It's not just, it's not just a few cold. Someone at a bat, like, it's not that bad. It's like, mate, this is a global pandemic.
Yeah.
And it put a stop to our bloody winning run. We won 3 away games. We won 3 away games on the run, and it stopped that. I said this last time. Forget Liverpool win the league. We won 3 aways on the run. When's that ever happened?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So to go back to what I was saying.
Go on.
We're going to do as many of these as we can because you don't know, I'm still out of work. So plenty of time on my hands, unfortunately. Still applying for jobs here and there and stuff, but I've got time. I've still got plenty of contacts, thankfully, and we do have a few people lined up to speak to. So we will be doing some podcasts. As I say, we're going to be speaking to Danny Holmes tomorrow, or I will, depending on health and reliability in Matt and Jake's case. So yeah, and if you've got any guests that you'd like us to hook up with or whatever, drop us a comment, let us know. It's helping us as much as hopefully it's helping provide you a bit of distraction and a bit of light relief on a Saturday when we should all be. I'm looking out my window, sort of half a mile to my left at the ground. So we'll do our best to keep you distracted from the current situation as best as we can, and we've got some good guests lined up. So hopefully we can get some good podcasts out there for you to enjoy over the next however long this is going to be. So that's the plan anyway, and maybe every Saturday afternoon we'll jump on one of these and chat rubbish like we have done for the last hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, Paul, you'll never want to take the credit, but like this week, Paul's basically spent the week lining up guests, doing, like, he done the Steve Wilson one on his own. and like sorting everything out. So we've got guests lined up to come on, and so we've got stuff to put out for you to listen to and for us to do. So like Paul, and like he set up the Facebook. Paul's always been the guy who, like I just said to him when we had the idea for this, I went, Paul, I'll leave the set up the Facebook page to you, and he's like, yep, fine. I'm like, Paul, I'll let you. You are the guy with the contacts, aren't you? But like me and Jake will be like, try and get Danny Holmes, Ian Hume, Messi, Ronaldo, Maradona.
And usually I don't come up with the goods.
No, 9 times out of 10, absolutely terrible and it doesn't come off. But 1 in 10 when you pull it off, Paul, it's well worthwhile. So, yeah, keep doing it because... as
I say, I'm not doing it for any sort of plaudits or anything like that. We're trying to just
keep busy.
Help ourselves and help you with a bit of content over the period. So anything we can do to help is the least we can do.
What on earth have I just seen, Paul?
And as I say... we're not looking for any sort of Patreon or whatever. If you want to drop a donation I'm not sure if there is a kind of, I could donate to the NHS or to anything like that. But if there is, feel free. We'll recommend you chuck a quid in if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. But if you can, drop a quid or two in to support the NHS or whichever charity, which is... Obviously, there's loads of charities out there who are going to be struggling at this time with, people out of work and, with the world in kind of shutdown mode at the minute. So, we don't want any payment, but if you want to chuck a couple of quid into Clare House or whatever it is, knock yourselves out, go and help those worthy causes. Right, last few minutes. Let's get some more comments in, and
I'm just gonna
let's finish strongly.
I'm just gonna Adam Hurry, Football Cliches on Twitter, another great account. You've got to go and follow him if you don't already. He's just tweeted this photo, and I'm just gonna put it up to the camera if that's okay, Paul.
Yeah, go for it.
And all I'm gonna say is it's Ron Atkinson, Big Ron, and Jim Smith. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Bit of a delay on the stream, so I am watching on my phone. It's quite an image. I mean, there's a bit of reflection on the phone, but
not perfect, is it?
We get the picture.
What's going on? I mean, presume it was a charity game, but someone get Big Ron a bigger shirt. What's that extra medium?
Possibly that was the biggest one they make.
Come on. I mean, it was the time of the tight shirts, wasn't it? The late 80s.
Yeah. It's only recently that they've been making sort of 5 and 6 XL sportswear.
Oh, well, was it?
Because ordinarily sportsmen are supposed to be relatively, reasonably trim.
Yeah, well, it's when I've always found it funny when...
Thank God they do, by the way.
When there's a tracksuit. It literally is called a tracksuit because it's to be worn when you're on the track. Why is that available in the 5XL?
Indeed.
Get on the track.
Let's go through a few more comments before we switch off. We're going to give Matt a little break because he's done a sterling job. He's done all the tech work and stuff on this, and as we mentioned, it's been a bit of a nightmare with all the cables and everything.
Don't get me started.
We're supposed to be joined by the third part of the TRANMERE podcast, Jake Keogh. But,
who?
Who's
that?
We'll maybe wipe him out of future episodes.
I've never met the man.
Sorry, go on.
I've never met. Who are we talking about?
I think that sums it up then, doesn't
it?
Tracy worked in the NHS for 13 years. You don't do the job for the pay or the recognition, but it was lovely to have the applause as a sign of appreciation.
Yeah, that's all it was.
Tracy, keep doing what you're doing. As we said, the applause was the very least that the great British public could do. So, hats off to the NHS and everyone who's working in it. And thanks for your nice comment. I hope you've enjoyed the last hour and a half of nonsense.
What's the score, Paul, at Prenton Park?
We're glad to have distracted you for a little while. Rovers are currently 1-0 up, defending a 1-0 lead in the last few minutes. So the tactical substitution we made about 15 minutes ago
worked.
Paid off.
Okay.
Lucky at the back post. First goal since his return.
You fancying it?
So yeah, we're basically 11 men behind the ball now for the last. We're into injury time, so hopefully we can see out another win. Tim Jewell, thanks, great job. No worries. It's very nice of you to say. Rob Denman, the same. As I said, no worries. Mike Moran, thanks for getting the show today. Maybe a Mangan and Eddie Bishop double would be fun. Eddie Bishop is someone I've been trying to track down for a number of years, and I haven't managed to do so. Andy Mangan, I will do my best. I'm not promising anything, but because I don't have a number for him or an email or anything, but I know people who will know him, and we'll probably still be in touch with him. So hopefully we can track him down, and if he's interested, that would be another interesting one.
You can say that again, Paul. I think we should probably go live to Prenton Park because I think there's an attack. There's no commentary, but I think I might be able to get the crowd noise of the attack unfolding if you're interested.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
It's gonna have to be through my mic, but okay, let's see what we can. We're trying to get it forward down the right hand side. Kane Wilson.
Keep talking us through.
Kane Wilson's cutting in. He's got it. Kane Wilson's going to whip it in. Kane Wilson is Cookie. Cookie's got it. Cookie's got it. It's 1-0. Andy Cook's got his first one back for the Whites. It's Tranmere 1, MK Dons 0.
So was that the crowd cheering a goal?
Yeah.
I mean, where were we playing?
What, Wembley? What?
Didn't sound like a cheer of a goal.
That was Connor's goal.
I mean, it didn't come through like a big cheer for.
Do you know what hasn't come through, Paul? You're a bad attitude today. One day I'm going to expose you.
Anyway, right.
People think Paul Harper's a nice guy. Let me tell you a few stories. I'm going to do right. Tell you what, we won't tell Paul about this, but this week, one day, I'm going to do a podcast on my own, and it's called the Paul Harper Expose Podcast. Live.
Well, that'll be a good couple of hours.
Oh well, it'll be a 10-parter.
Right, we are going to sign off now. Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't know how many of you have watched this nonsense, but it's helped us pass a couple of hours, so it's distracted us as much as it's distracted you. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. We will try and do the same again next Saturday if it's not as much of a ball ache for you, Matt, to get it all sorted.
Yeah, we'll
if not, we'll do something different and we'll do something that's a bit easier. But yeah, thanks for joining us. Keep following the podcast. I've been trying to get it today, so that you can get it on your smart speaker. So you'll be able to tell Alexa to play the Tranmere Rovers This is Tranmere podcast.
Alexa.
So hopefully we'll get that up and running the next day or two.
That'd be nice.
So yeah, just keep following us on this page, on this Facebook page, at This is Tranmere on Twitter, and at PaulApper82 for the abuse, at Matt Hibbert for the nice stuff.
Yes, send it my way.
Delete your follow of at Jake Keogh HH.
I don't even know who this guy is. You keep talking about Jake Keogh. I've never met the man.
And yeah, as I say, we'll be speaking to Danny Holmes, so that'll be out as a podcast to listen to, if not tomorrow, then early next week. So yeah, cheers for watching, everyone. Take it easy, be safe, be kind to people, and yeah, we'll be back as soon as we can.
If you fancy a bit of music in an hour's time at 6 o'clock, I'm going to do a live stream again. Probably just going to be a mix. So I've had nothing to eat today, so I need to go and I'm going to have cheese on toast. I think. Don't know whether to make a Thai red curry or have cheese on toast. What do you think, Paul?
Cheese on toast.
Anyone still listening in the comments? What do you think? Like what?
I'd go cheese on toast, given you've giving you throat problem and that.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, and that's kind of sustenance, isn't it? Of like,
you don't want to kind of burn the back of your throat.
Do you know what I tried to do? Stupid. I tried to pour myself a pineapple and orange juice, and like add a tiny bit with the straw. And honestly, I thought my throat was closing over. It was like someone took a chainsaw to my throat, and then the only way I got through again, I'll give them a cheap plug. This ultra chloroseptic looks like a condom packet though, doesn't it? Realising as well, Tash noticed that before.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say before.
Yeah. That's like got me through this. I'm going to have another few sprays of that. And then, yeah. So full time, Tranmere beat MK Dons 1-0. Andy Cook, last minute goal. Excellent.
Happy days. Our substitution with 10-15 minutes to go paid off.
Cheese on toast is unanimous winner here, by the way. Look at that.
Yeah, indeed.
And I've got a special way of doing cheese on toast. So grate the cheese. It's a little bowl. A little bit of milk just to moisten it up. Just a little bit of milk. Tiny bit of milk to moisten it. Chop some onions. Yeah. And then Liam Perrins into the mix. Mix it all with a fork. And obviously toast one side, you toast first. Then it is. And I've got some nice, like, super thick toasty toast as well. Thought this through. Oh,
what's your cheese of choice?
Just standard cheddar.
Cheddar.
But then I should have thought and got some. I like Red Leicester, like a mix.
Yeah.
But we haven't got any Red Leicester. I definitely shop a lot. Like, well, I've already been out today. I've nice illegally. I can't go out against the shop, even if there's one around the corner. But I definitely did have Red Leicester anyway.
Nah.
Bit of salt and pepper as well, by the way.
Yeah, you got to season your food.
Yeah, eat your heart out, Joe Wicks. He's with the sun in here as well, him. Everyone's doing his workouts. He's partnered with the sun, so just bear that in mind. There's plenty of other free workouts you can do.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do one of them, Paul.
Maybe. I'm not sure how popular they'd be.
I'd pay to see the Paul Harper workout.
Okay.
Do the worm for an hour. Oh no, was it the robot? Or the crab?
It was the robot I did. And that is definitely not going on video.
Is that what Jacko loved? Was it Mickey used to get you to do for Jacko?
No, Mickey just did it for his amusement. And the amusement of all the coaching staff, to be fair. This is the bullying culture in football clubs.
Oh, come on, Paul. Bit of light-hearted shenanigans.
It was all very...
it meant you were one of them, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? It was... You know what it's like lockdown?
Sorry, just to conclude.
Go on.
It's a very different environment to anywhere else you'd be working. And you got to be thick-skinned and take all these things on the chin. And I was happy to well, I say happy. I mean, I got on with it.
Cried yourself to sleep every night.
But yeah, so let's wrap it up. Thank you very much. Cheers, Matt, for sorting all this, all the techie stuff out.
Good way to spend the Saturday afternoon.
Much, everyone watching and tuning in, and we'll be back early next week at the very latest, and we'll do another live of some sort next Saturday. Assuming we're still isolated. Yeah. So yeah, cheers everyone, and take it easy. Subayami.
Wait there, Paul. Before we do that, let's just get everyone who is listening still to tweet Jake Keogh calling him a rat. Okay, let me just get his @ so everyone can see his @ properly. @ Jake, and so people can see his Twitter account if you don't already. Okay, wait there. Right, Paul. I'm just gonna make sure that this is. I'm gonna put it up to the screen. Everyone, right now. Just tweet @Jake Keogh. It's @Jake Keogh with 2 H's. I'm going to put it up to the screen. Make sure you all go, like, unfollow him as well. Actually, let's teach him a lesson, and just tweet him. Not, and I'll just say rat, and let's see what he says. I'm going to hold it up to the screen now.
Oh dear. Oh, people still going on about Ben Tollett's goal that I recreated. I'm not doing that again.
What's happening, Jake? Right, so everyone just go now and tweet Jake Keogh, just rat. And let's see how many tweets he gets before we get a text going. What's happened here? You think, is he not even listening? He has not even listened on here, has he?
I don't think so. I think
put
he's
on a
come off social media though, hasn't he?
Oh, I'll tell you what, mate. Good job with
We're
self-isolating.
not even going to get all these notifications.
Or I'd be straight round to the Woody to have a word with him, me and Danny Holmes.
Yeah, indeed.
Right then. I'll let you wrap it up again, Paul, before I rudely interrupted the wrap-up.
Yeah, so for the third time, thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. And, yeah, take care of each other. Hope you are all well. Stay safe.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend, yeah. Enjoy Matt's mix that he's going to be putting up on the Bar page.
Yep.
We'll share the links and stuff as and when. But yeah, just take care, everyone, and we'll be back very soon. Take it easy. Suwai Ame!
Suwai Ame!